Dub art. Hold up. I can't believe Dubs has pickle ricked me on this, the day of SEO Saturday. I cannot believe it. Dubs, please. Dub, please. All right, cool. There's a cutscene. I'm gonna go shake my pickles. All right. Hey everybody. Thanks. It's no use. Yeah, we'll definitely get a couple of those today. Hey everyone, this is SEO Saturday. We're gonna be doing some Pickle Fries 06, which means we're gonna play some Sonic 06, a very cool video game that I'm always glad to play. Also, one sec. But we're gonna be playing a little Sonic 06 and making some air fryer pickles, which should be fun. So like every 30 minutes or so, we'll set up and attempt a new recipe, you know? I don't understand. Neither do I. Again, we ran through an SEO engine. We tried a bunch of stuff, and fried pickles or pickle fries was a hot item. I think because the restaurant Sonic started offering some. And for some reason, Pickle Fries 06, that was a 100% score. They were like, yeah, man, that's good stuff. Okay, I gotta go get the winder of a shoemaker. One sec. The winder of a shoemaker. The first mandatory quest in the game has a typo. You know it's a typo because A, what's a winder of a shoemaker? It's supposed to be wonder. B, it's lowercase. So someone got hit with autocorrect and just didn't notice. It got through. That might be a little too low. No, I'm nasty with it. No, I'm just kind of nasty with it, actually. No, I'm just great. Sick. Still got it, baby. All right. Hello, everyone. Sorry if my audio's a little weird. It's because I'm having to do it like I'm an old-timey actor. Hey, everyone. Oh, I can't read the chat from here. That stinks. Oh, well. We'll figure it out. Hey. This is Pickle Fries 06. We just did some 06. It's time for some Pickle Fries, gamers. I'm Ty. We got a couple different kinds of pickles. We're gonna try the hot and sweet snackers. We've got bread and butter spears. We've got an additional jar of a jar that is not completely sealed because I pulled out a pickle earlier. Oh, jeez. Of Mount Olive zesty garlic spears. Those should be good. And then some just classic dill chips. Because I figured, why not try the dill chip? The classic. A batch, what I kind of want to test is what flavors and shapes seem to hold the best. I think we just start with cornstarch and we just start real simple. We just see what texture that gives us with all the different flavors. And yo, thanks for the gift sub. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm picking a particularly thin pickle spear here. I want to see, you know, the closer to a fry shape. In my previous tests, I will say the chips turned out much better than the quote-unquote fries. Like, overall, the length just made it so it like had more chance to go floppy and droopy, kind of, in like a way I didn't really, I didn't fancy, I'll say. Alright, let's just rub this pickle. Oh, the kind of dry pickle doesn't seem to be loving taking on the corn. You know what? Let's just cornstarch it up. Alright. Go. Okay, now that's a dredge, gamer. That's a dredge. I'm gonna need to beat that pickle off. Alright, there we go. Now that's a starched pickle right there. That collar is gonna stay up forever on that bad boy. And again, no seasonings here. I just want to taste the pickle with a little bit of a crust hot and see if there's like any notable like outliers of like this tastes particularly awesome, this one's terrible. so on and so forth. The classic. Yep. Go ahead and dry one of these off, and then the other one I'm gonna leave it. I'll like let it drip a little bit, but I'm gonna try keeping it wetter and see if that like better result with the cornstarch. If I can't tell the two apart, obviously, then it's kind of a wash. So I'm thinking we try 8 minutes. Once, see how that looks, and getting a nice browning. If they get a nice crispy crust, we're in there. Again, this is just a real simple recipe. I want to see if any of the pickles in particular are like just are terrible, right? Like I want to know if any of these are like we should just not bother. I'll put them back in the fridge and we'll save ourselves some time. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and turn this to shy of 10 minutes. That's usually what it seems like it takes to make like a really nice crust. I just realized I have the air vent pointed directly where I sit down. I'm gonna turn my air fryer a little bit here. I was about to just blast myself with hot pickle gas, and like I don't look. I'm built different. That might be too built different, even for me. You might ask, why do I have a big thing of seltzer water? That's for the chef, baby. All right, I'm gonna go flip those pickles real quick, and then we'll keep going on Sonic. I'll be honest, gamers, they look bad. they look quite poor. If I were to give them a rating, it would be D. I don't know what the pickles have done, but the cornstarch is simply not. It's simply not doing the thing it does, and I don't know how. But keep it up. I guess we learn why cornstarch is really good on like tofu and meat, but it just doesn't work on a pickle, I guess.
And with its power, I will be able to control everything,
man,
and rule the world.
One thing about the speedrun that's nice is we don't spend a lot of time looking at 06 Eggman.
My good side.
Okay. Apologies again for the road sounds. All right, gamers, let's see how they turned out. Let's give our pickles a try, yeah? They look bad. Let's see, do any of these have a crust? No. Okay, so I guess let's see if any of these are just like horrible when they're hot. Oh, they're still so hot too. Yeah, this one turned out like mucho bad. Visually just very unappetizing. Just kind of a green paste on top of it. Let's see though. Maybe one of them held up better. The hot dill really wants a more substantial breading for sure. So this light thing isn't gonna work. We're gonna want something heftier. Okay. Let's try one of the chips. I think this is one of the Zesty Hots. Okay. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, well, I'll be. It would probably take some refining to get the amount correct, but that was just a light crispy breading that had a little bit of like a cooked corn flavor that then went into like a spicy pickle. That was kind of nice. I actually don't hate that one. Okay. Yeah, the sweet and sour kind of, it gets weird. Yeah, I can't explain it, but there's a flavor here that does not hold up to heat. It's almost like hot Kool-Aid in like a weird way. Oh yeah, that's really unpleasant. Okay, so that's what have we learned? The chips definitely give you a better textural experience overall. The spears were way too thick, way too substantial. You bite into it and get too much pickle at one time, especially because like hot pickle in particular is a pretty aggressive taste, right? So hitting that balance, it feels like you need the chip. The pickle fries I've seen other places make are usually like really thin as well. Like they cut them like almost like curly fry thickness, but still straight, and then they bread those. Yeah, so good information. I'm gonna put away both the spears. I just don't think the spears are gonna work out. I'll keep both the chips here. All right, so I think for this next round of tests, what I want to do, if it seems cool with everybody, is I'm gonna use a bit of flour. I have a little water, a little oil, a little salt. I think we just make a real simple kind of dough adjacent thing, like a batter. Try that, see if that turns out a lot better, see if that holds up a bit more. I'm just kind of feeling it out, so I'll just be adding the flour slowly until it feels, I don't know, like what I imagine a pickle dough should feel like. I guess, like I don't know. I was thinking about incorporating dill into the batter. Okay, yes, you see now it's way too thick. Damn it. Oh! Right! That old trick to make breading extra poofy and crispy. Thin it with ice cold seltzer water. That's right. I was just talking about this. Yeah, this is a great chance to use this. Alright, let's try these spicy snack boys. That seems like it holds up pretty okay. I think we've hit a nice spot. The question is, will it hold up in the air fryer, or is this tax-deductible air fryer about to blow up in my face? Also, let me try drying them a little bit. See if that helps the batter stick a little better. You know, it's all about experimenting today. This is how we become better good at cooking. Oh yeah, okay, that coats it really nicely after you do that. So let's try. Another good thing with air fryers to know, fryers in general, don't crowd stuff. That's just like in general in cooking, but especially in this case, don't overcrowd it. If stuff is touching, it's not going to be able to get a brown edge, right? The only way you get that is by having it open and exposed to air. All right, well, I'm going to flip those over at the end of this level, assuming I don't beef it 35 times. And hey everybody, welcome back to the 06 portion of Pickle Fries 06. I hope you're having a good one. Oh, Sonic decided to not engage crouch mode, which is bad for me. The color palette of a Dorito, that's some good foreshadowing, and I bet you didn't even realize it. What? What do you mean that's foreshadowing? That's right, it's foreshadowing. It's a narrative show. Great. Knuckles loves it. This is good. This is good for Pickles. This is good for Knuckles, who I just called Pickles because I'm thinking about a lot.
Shoot, I've still got a ways to go.
Dude. So you're not supposed to be able to control Knuckles during the ending sequences, by the way. We just skipped through an entire Sonic portion. Sonic 3 and Pickles. He asked for no pickles. So, like I was saying at first, the breading didn't hold super great to the pickles. So, like, here, let me show you. So, as you can see here, it, like, largely like kind of detached from the pickle and like slid down the sides. So there's like a little bit of breading, but it doesn't. It's not like breaded. Like I wouldn't call this breaded. I would call this like there's weird runny breading next to a hot pickle. The flavor's not bad, honestly. The flavor itself is pretty good. Definitely burnt a little bit, just a little bit. There's a bit of that telltale like burned flour bitterness on the back end, so that's not great. I let it run for a full 15 minutes. I thought maybe cooking it a little harder might help. A little too far. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to get the breading to hold better. Unfortunately, I think the answer might just be have eggs, which I don't love. You know what? I've got another experiment I want to try. First of all, the refrigerated batter is one of them. I then want to try using that to see if we can maybe get a nice coat of Panko breadcrumbs on a couple of them. Okay, it definitely seems a bit more viscous, so it might hold a little better, honestly. I wouldn't be too shocked. Okay. Just wanted to get that dry before I put too many breadcrumbs in it. Don't want those to get super wet. So we'll just get a nice little layer. We're not going to need a super ton. So I think what the game plan is going to be is kind of hitting these with a little bit of the batter. Okay, I'm gonna let it sink into the batter, and I'm gonna let it get it fully coated. Shake it off a little bit so it's not a super duper thick coating, just nice and light, really light, and then crumb it up. Do my best to get all sides here. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I just think Panko breadcrumbs in general, they just make a delicious kind of anything, frankly. I'm gonna try to make 5 of these. I think this might be it. I think this might work. Because, like, a super thin layer of that breading that's, like, cooked but not crispy and not burnt, with a nice layer of crunchy Panko on the outside. I messed up my wet hand, dry hand, bro. And then if this one works okay, then I'm gonna try my special influencer flavored ones. And we'll see how that turns out. Alright, gonna go ahead and set this again to 400 degrees, which is the highest temperature this one allows. I'm gonna start at about 8 minutes. I'll at some point stand up, flip them over, see how it turns out. Once again, a little seltzer for daddy.
I'm Shadow the Hedgehog.
The president's best friend, Shadow the Hedgehog. He has a picture of me on his desk.
Hey gamers, I'm back here at the Pickle Chamber. These ones look actually like super legit. Let me show you these. These ones, these are close. These are close. You can see these bad boys are like breaded. They've got a nice golden brown to them. There's a notable like they're like notably crispy. Brother. Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's mad good. You gotta like a hot and sweet pickle, for sure. Like, this isn't for everybody. But if you like a hot and sweet pickle, we got a nice lightly breaded crust with a good amount of like crack on it. It's got a nice crispiness to it. The thickness of the pickle chip is still mostly maintained. It hits a nice thickness in the middle, The ratio of breading to the pickle itself feels really nice. Got a little bit of incomplete coverage on some of the edges, particularly where the pickle skin is. So it does seem like the skin might make it a little more difficult to get consistent breading. But yeah, I mean, it probably would be better to just do flour into like an egg wash into the panko. But yeah, man, that panko just turned out. Yeah, that's just delightful. That's so good. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Mmm. Mmm. Yeah, they've got like a really nice sweetness. The heat doesn't really come through. If you wanted these to be spicy, you would almost certainly want to add something to the panko to make the spice a little more aggressive. Probably a little bit of cayenne, a little bit of red pepper flake would help that out a little bit. They're just really joyful to bite into because you get this like just lovely tempura or lovely panko crust, and like the crunch on it's really nice. The texture's really nice. Obviously, something panko excels at is you get a really nice craggly crunch on the outside, just due to the nature of it being like a kind of small to mid-sized particulate. Plays really nicely in fryers. Yeah, these are great. They could be better, but they're a damn fine start. Okay. You might have heard me prepping it. So this is a dust of Flamin' Hot Cool Ranch Doritos. So hear me out. I think this is actually going to be really good. Thanks for the resub, Sanguinsons. I think this is going to be really good.
Hi, Pickle.
The main thing these are missing for me is spice, and I really like the way the cornstarch, the very light amount of corn, tasted with these pickles. I think it worked really well. So these are like just extra spice, extra heat, and like a little bit of corn flavor. I think they might be pretty good. Again, just patting those pickles dry so that the batter sticks a little better and doesn't end up being like a super like wet, loose layer. I'm then gonna again shake this bad boy off a little bit. Just dip it in our Panko Dorito blend. Words I can't believe I'm saying. Yeah, let's start in the right around 10-minute range. We'll go ahead and flip them at about 4 or 5 minutes. And we'll see how those turn out. I'm kind of excited for those. I think those might actually be. These might turn out really nice. All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to Pickle Time. How's it going? Once again, it is time for pickle fries. The joy of pickle fries 06. It's turned into pickle chips. I think part of what we found in our experimentation is the chips just feel better overall. The fries are kind of a gimmick, I'd say. These look pretty kick-ass, I'm not gonna lie. These seem really solid. So you can definitely see darker spots where it cooked a little more well done than I probably would have liked. But you can still see a lot of that like beautiful orange color coming through. Yeah, let's see how it tastes. Visually, they look good. They look stunning. Let's see how they taste. Oh, it's still very hot. So, I think the failure here is, and let's be clear, This is less good than the one that was just Panko. I'll say that up front. This is definitely, I would say it's better than all the ones we had up to the Panko, but it is worse than the Panko itself. I think the texture you get from the bigger chunks of chip that have kind of been like recooked, it just isn't as good as the very consistent Panko shell. I think the one Panko shell that was like consistent just gave you a really nice crispy, crunchy texture. These, you get that, and then occasionally it feels like you hit a chip, and it kind of like, it's a little softer in a way than the crispiness of the Panko, and it has a bad habit of like pulling the breading back from the rest of it. Yo, thanks for the resub! And, yeah, the flavor of the Doritos themselves, mostly just gets lost. There's just not a ton of that flavor comes through. You just kind of get this, like occasional bite of like, overcooked corn. It's not super good. The color is really pretty. I will say aesthetically, I think there's something to be said for the kind of bright orangish red, the very like, kind of like a poppy red kind of zone, with the contrast of the occasional hit of the green pickle skin. I think it looks great. But yeah, the texture is definitely a little bit weaker overall. I think this would be more Instagrammable, but it's a little less pleasant to eat. If I was just serving this to someone because they wanted food, I would definitely leave the Doritos at home. Yeah. Not too bad overall, though. Yeah. I think we learned a lot today.
Come on, let the fuse, he's a rocket and he's ready to go. 'Cause now the countdown has started and he's ready to blow. He's got